they will not oppose it. They will allow it to go as that. And then the disbursement of IEBC will be done to stop the election. Who will have stopped the election? It is Kalonzo.
Disclaimer: the opinions expressed by our esteemed guest on this show is solely their own and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Plug TV, its affiliates, or the production team. We kindly request our viewers to approach the opinions shared on this show with an open mind, considering them as individual viewpoints rather than absolute truths. We encourage you to conduct further research and engage in conversations beyond this program to form a well-rounded understanding of the topics discussed.
Did you see that? Because what was seen in Form 34A is not what is in the screen. What is in the screen is completely something different. What will happen in the stream, stream, naona kulikuwa na 187 zilitolewa, 120 zilitolewa. Karis was ahead, won the election, but they went and announced it. And if you saw when the announcement was done, police were more. Kwanza heavyweights, not just ordinary police, senior police officers, all of them were in that hall, and it was announced. Ukiangalia screen unaona mwenye alifeed deliberately. Angalia Panyako, what happened to Panyako? Panyako had to surrender. Before the election he told you, Wakalenjin, chukueni.
Actually, Wanandi wachukue.
Wanandi wachukue. Sitaki, whatever is happening, sitaki. What had happened? This Rivondo had taken people there. They did dirty jobs there. A lot of dirty things there. And this was done openly in the day. I saw one guy who was captured there. And he said, who has sent them? Again, these people were traveling on buses to go and do the mayhem. On buses. Nobody was questioning them. What was the indication? These guys are used those two by-elections to tell Kenyans, we are going to steal. Mutadu. Do what you think you can be able to do. This is the same script that we saw in Tanzania. This is the same script that is being prepared in Uganda. You can see, if you listen to Samia's statements, you can read a lot of Ruto in those statements. A lot of statements you can read. You can read, this is a version of Kasongo. This is a version of Kasongo. If you hear what she's saying, the appointment she did, anachagua daughter yake, anachagua son-in-law, anachagua cousin to become ministers. And then, Mutadu, do what you think you can be able to do. I'm in control. Then she goes on to blame foreigners. The same script that Ruto did when he was in shit. He went to blame this Ford Foundation that is funding the Gen Z. It is what. The same script you saw in Tanzania. The same script you saw in Uko, kwa Mudende, na Uko kwa Panyako. You can see now, you can imagine what we are being conditioned to. And then we have an IEBC that registers a person and approves a person to go into election by breaking law. Then Mutadu. And this is the condition that we are going to rig this election and we are going to be in power as much as we want. Mutadu.
So what is Ruto's endgame with the IEBC?
Sorry?
What is Ruto's plan with the IEBC?
The Ruto's plan with the IEBC is two. Look at what they procured for the equipment. They didn't went through the procedures. They just did it. You don't know who was given the procurement and how it went. It was not announced. It was not gazetted. Nothing happened. Mutadu. This is number one. They knew you would go to court. So there are two things they want to do. If you go to court because you will be asking for the disbandment of IBC because they have broken the law, they will not oppose it. They will allow it to go as that. And then the disbursement of IBC will be done to stop the election. Who will have stopped the election? It is Kalonzo. Who will have stopped the election? It is Wamunyoro. Because it is Wamunyoros who are going to support the lawyers who will stop the election. then he will say, it is your people. Just as you saw when he launched the program, the road from Kiambu to Malava, the same people have told you the Kikuyus went to court. So you will not accuse Ruto that he failed to build a road for you. And maybe there is no even the plan of building that road, because I don't think there's a plan to build that road. It was just a gimmick because he wanted to make people understand who are stopping lawyers from accessing a dual carriageway, who are stopping the entire nation from getting into development of this nation, who are stopping Nakuru from development, who are stopping Eldoret from development, who are stopping Siaya from development, are the people from Mount Kenya. And these are the people who are moving around with nothing but one term. You see, now you go to Garissa, you find another character now saying, because it is Mirele, Amani Mirele.
That was the Ijara MP.
Ijara MP, Amani Mirele. That, and you see, Nanid never touched on one term or two term. Duale never touched on one term or two term. He touched on development. The government of Ruto, what they have done, what they have achieved in 3 years. So that is a political plan, a political shrewdness, that one part they are killing, the other part they are soothing. So that is the kind of the scenario that you are going to expect in 2027. But another one that might be bad, and this is what now they are working on. If you look at them, remember what he said. Huyu mzee nitampeleka Bondo. Ile kazi moja nimebakia tu ni kupeleka huyu mzee Bondo, na hata jua venye atafika Bondo. Is the man in Bondo? Baba, is Baba in Bondo?
Yes, he is.
Yes, settling. Na alijua akienda Bondo? Alijua.
Okay, what are you trying to say?
I'm asking you.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say what he said. That ile kazi moja nimebakisha hapa.
Maybe he meant that perhaps he'll just finish, maybe he'll just, he was urging Raila to go on retirement.
Whatever the prophetic word, how it came, how it germinated, germinated the way he prophesied. He did nothing. I don't want to insinuate that he killed or he did anything, but the prophetic word from his mouth. And that's why I'm cautioning you guys from underestimating Ruto. Whatever he's saying, akiona Singapore anaiona. This man is not, he operates from spiritual world. He is seeing a Singapore. He's not, si mulevi, huyu jamaa kunywangi pombe, avutangi sigara, anaelewa kile anasema. When people are operating from spiritual realms, they see things you don't see. And it doesn't matter whether you're acting for the devil or you're acting for God. As long as you're operating in a spiritual realm, there are things you will see other people are not seeing. And that is Ruto. When he came with a wheelbarrow, he saw a wheelbarrow taking him to State House. Against all odds, against the system, against Matiang'i, against Raila, against Uhuru, he saw himself in State House and he made it. He went there. Why? This man is a spiritual man. He understands the concept of the spiritualism. He understands the concept of how things are done. He understands that you can go give your sacrifices in churches, in mosques, and also to the traditionalists, and galvanize the nation behind you. Build an altar that will pull the entire nation towards you. And that's what he did. Number two, look at the events. Now he took Nani Ako, as he prophesied, Raila is in Bondo. If you look at who else can be a challenger to Ruto, the main challenger is not Wamunyoro. The person who can challenge Ruto and organize this nation to come together against Ruto, it is Uhuru Kenyatta. It's Uhuru Kenyatta. He's the kingpin, not only for the Kikuyus, a kingpin that Luos will listen to him. A kingpin that the Luyas will listen to him. A kingpin that even the coast people will listen to him. Because this is one man that is well financed, the man that is has a track record. He's a man who is charismatic, a man who can come and command a respect in whatever situation. Now look here, this man, he went when we were launching Jubilee, and he was launching Matiang'i to be the presidential candidate for the Jubilee. He told Kioni, I don't want to see you again abusing Wamunyoro. That was a political tactic to disarm Wamunyoro. was to show respect to him. Yes, you did this to me. Yes, you dethroned me. Yes, you abused me. Yes, you ate my goats. Yes, you did this. But I will respect you because I believe you are a leader. I believe you are a leader. He completely disarmed Wamanyoro. Now he will have a chance to build his own territory. And to build his own territory, they have a candidate in the name of Kalonzo. That is the candidate.
Matiang'i.
Ngoja. They have a candidate in the name of Kalonzo. Kalonzo, remember there's a time I told you we are going to have a Kibaki moment. The Kibaki Tosha moment will come. The Kalonzo, what they are doing now, they are looking at building kingpins on various places. You see, look at Kalonzo, where the by-elections were in Kalonzo area, Kalonzo won all of them.
Yeah.
Where the by-elections were in Matiang'i area, Matiang'i won all of them. Are you seeing now? Seeing the picture? That is what you call building kingpins around tribal line. Now you catch the Kisis, you catch the Akambas, and Wamanyoro was also part of that strategic plan of the kingpins that he was expected to deliver Mbeere North. Now he was not able to deliver Mbeere North, meaning he is not that king that we thought he is. He is not that powerful that we thought he is. Meaning what will happen? Doubts now are coming. The Kiambu people will see, this guy cannot be able to deliver. Politicians who are skeptical, they will see this guy cannot be able to deliver 100%. So business community people, like the Kikuyu business community people, they will not want to be seen fully supporting Wamanyoro because he has failed to deliver. Because for them it's about interest. They will not want to be where the Ruto government can either monitor you and see you as the one who was financing something that failed. They want to be sure 100% what we are financing will come to win because they are also protecting their interests. They will not want to finance somebody who will fail. Then the one you are financing against becomes to power and he deals with you. So this is what will make Wamanyoro go down because the trust and the credibility and the belief we had in Wamanyoro, it seems it is not that. If you cannot be able to deliver. So what will happen, the Meru people will go to some will go to Kindiki and some will go to where? To Wamanyoro. Therefore, meaning we'll have two kings in Mount Kenya. One that is legitimate and the one that is illegitimate. The one that belongs to the government and the one that belongs to the people. Meaning now, the one that belongs to the government, he will have his own say. And the one that belongs to his people has his own say. Meaning now, if Ruto comes in and brings these communities together, goes to Murang'a, gets the leadership from Murang'a, goes to Nyeri, gets the leadership from Nyeri, goes to Meru, because Kiraito Murungi will listen much easier to Uhuru than to Ruto. To Wamanyoro. People, the older generation of politicians who are still influential on the ground, they will easily listen to a more open Uhuru than a more enclosed to Wamanyoro.
Okay.
Meaning the Kikuyus will shift from Wamanyoro to Uhuru. Because Uhuru will play as a kingpin of the nation, not a kingpin of the Kikuyus.
All right.
Are you seeing now? Uhuru will operate as a kingpin of the nation. And that is why he used the platform of Raila's death to woo the nation towards him. He gave a powerful speech at Nyayo Stadium. He went to the grave where Raila akaenda kazika, akarusha mpaka pete yake huko ndani, kisha akakuja the following day he was there at the grave. What was he doing? He was doing the psychological, the emotions. He was emotional kind of emotional control damage. And this emotional control, he was catching the Luos to be comfortable with him. He was catching the Luyas to be comfortable with him. He was catching the entire the Somalis and the Coast people to be closer and to be comfortable with him. Unlike Wamanyoro, who is competent. And this one about Wamonyoro being combatant, it is something that is generated into him, geared into, pushed into him, forced into him, so that he'll be more and more combatant for the people of Kenya to fear him. So, as I told you, Kalonzo being the candidate of Uhuru, and being the candidate of the Western Kenya, not Western Kenya, the Western nation, the America, Britain, because they want a sober. Even China, they want somebody who is trustworthy, who is sober, who is controllable, who is more diplomatic. Remember, Kalonzo has always been in the diplomatic corps. And he's been an ambassador, he's been a minister for foreign affairs. He's the one that sent him to many places. He negotiated for the peace of Sudan, he negotiated for the peace of Rwanda, he negotiated for the peace of Angola. He has been all over negotiating for peace. He's someone who is seen as a model person. For any businessman who want to have Kalonzo in power, not our Wamonyoro. Okay. Wamonyoro could be more dangerous than Ruto. And remember these two people, the Wamonyoro and the Ruto, are all children of Daniel Arap Moi. Are you getting me? Now they have Gideon on the board, and they have Lee Kenyanjui on the board. You can see now that is a family.
It's a family affair.
It's a family affair. Now let's keep that apart. The whole thing of now Kalonzo being seen as the source of power, the source of Uhuru trusting him, everybody trusting the foreigners, the diplomatic corps trusting him, the international community trusting him. He will be pushed, and that's the only threat that Ruto has. One threat has gone. He said, ilikuwa wapi? Ilikuwa kwa Wajaluo ama kwa Waluya. Kuna mahali alisema nao shida ile tulikuwa nayo ya Raila sasa imeondoka. He has done that. Now he will be working to see Kalonzo does not become president. How does he do? What will he do? He will not touch Kalonzo. He will go for Matiang'i. He will go for Wamonyoro. He's done with Wamonyoro now. He will go with Natembea. He will go to of course there's rumors that this guy was bribed to Wamalwa. I'm not sure. I don't know whether it's true or not true. He will go to any person who can become a pillar of Kalonzo. Then, while doing this, in Kalonzo's backyard, he will use some of the men that are trusted in Kalonzo to betray him. Why? This also comes up. When I told you about Kalonzo could be the next president if he sorts the challenges from Ukambani. The hindrances that have always hindered him to become the president that are from Ukambani. So they will generate, people will be generated, and these people will betray him. So he will work with the Kamba community to betray Kalonzo while removing all the pillars from him and destroying the pillars so that he will remain himself. And he will be able to have so many members of parliament because he's working for the members of parliament. To have so many members of parliament for the constitution to be changed to have a live president.
I'm trying to connect all these things you're saying.
Yeah.
Now.
Are you seeing sense?
Yeah. Kuna vitu najaribu tu just clarifications. If at all is the main, Kalonzo is the main threat. What about if he's being supported by Uhuru? What about Matiang'i? Why is Matiang'i?
What the politics of this nation? Remember, we had UDA, Kenya Kwanza government. Kenya Kwanza is a coalition of Ruto, of Mudavadi, of ANC, and Ford Kenya. And this Mutua's
Maendeleo
chapter. They are political amalgamation of political parties that came together to form. And these political amalgamations came together, were fronted by people who are seen like they are kingpins. Like Mutua became like a kingpin of Machakos. Bungoma, that was who? That was Ford Kenya. And the other bigger part of the Luya land was Mudavadi, and some other parts that they had some different people. What Kenyatta is doing right now is to build the stature of Matiang'i, to build the stature of Wamunyoro, to build the stature of somebody from the Maasai land, from the coast, so that these people will come together and support one of them. And one of them will be Kalonzo, because he has an international stature and a national stature, and he is being accepted by everybody in Kenya as a man that is peaceful. And this, you can look at these people when they're doing their campaign, they are portraying Ruto as an arrogant person, a person who is ule mtu wa kupush na nguvu, ni mtu ambaye haambiliki, haambiwi na hasemeseki. Yani ni mtu ambaye his own world. He does whatever he wants to do. This is the picture that is painted on Ruto. And this is a picture also Ruto is trying to change the narrative. That I have always tried to work, I have always tried to help you, I've always tried to do things, but there is one people or several kind of a group of people that has always stopped me from doing this. I would have wanted Kenya to be a world
like Singapore.
Singapore. I would have wanted this road to be. I would have wanted to build an airport. I would have wanted to do this. But look, the courts have stopped me. Who is the head of the court? Is Martha Koome. Who have gone to court are these people. Who are the lawyers going to court are these people. So these people have stopped me from becoming. So he's trying to paint a picture of I am a good man, but I'm surrounded by people who are not good. Therefore, again, you look at this guy called Kalonzo. He is the one everybody is looking at, and everybody is talking about Kalonzo, of which even the heavens are backing Kalonzo. But even if you are backed by the heavens, still an enemy can get into you and stop you from becoming. So this is one thing that should worry Kalonzo so much so that he needs to have a good team to propel him. Build a team and let maybe if it's possible, we have a team, a technocrat team that will be managed not from the Wiper's office, from an office, independent office, the way we had Uhuru having an office at Chancery, while he had political office somewhere, Jubilee office working somewhere. But the management of his campaign was not managed from the Jubilee's office, was managed from Chancery, the private office, where they worked from private things. This is the only what can make Kalonzo become, and a team that will propel him like as a nationalist, a person who does not have the tribal tags or this. Then other Matiang'is, Kalonzo, Wamunyoros will be built around him to bring him up, become a nationalist that a Luo can trust, a Luya can trust, Kalenjin can trust, anybody can trust them. So that he will be able to cut across the politics of Kenya, the tribe, every tribe will be on board, and we have Kenya one Kenya united, and the united under the presidency of Kalonzo. And this is what is worrying Ruto, because Ruto, he knows this man can bring him down. So Ruto is very shrewd. Ruto, and I told you last time that the politics that we are heading to is politics of altars. It is not the politics of votes. It is not the votes that will determine. You can see what happened in Malava. You can see what happened in Mbere. That it is not the politics, the votes that determined. It is the altars. You see what Panyako was shouting. That was a madman. That was a totally confused man. A man who cannot tell you what happened to him. And they started shouting, Wanandi wachukue. Huko kwa Waluya, kuna Wanandi.
But
what were they taking?
Basically, he wasn't maybe trying to reflect maybe his rivals are from that side.
But you have your community, you speak to your community, you speak your language to the community, and you convince your people, and you become calm because you are looking for the votes.
Because he even wrote on Facebook and said, he even accused the president of attempting to kill him. And it's alleged that the president is from the Nandi community.
Yes, it's the Nandi community. You don't now go shouting that the president wants to kill me and the president is not appearing. You see, the president never appeared anywhere in this by-election. He never even mentioned anything during the by-election. The campaigns, he was completely out. And even some bloggers came and said, Ruto has left people on their own. You also commented on that they are on their own. But this man is a shrewd politician. He went underground. Coming out, he came with a result. He knew I'm going to lose, whether they like it, because he didn't want to be seen. He campaigned, and then he rigged. He worked from an afsar aloof, and he made sure that he won. He was not interested with the MCAs. He was interested with which you are talking more, the MPs and the senator, and he won them all. Now, because he wanted to deflate Wamunyoro. Now Wamunyoro is not even able to come out. He's not even talking. The aggressiveness that Wamunyoro had, he doesn't have them now. The combativeness that he had cannot be able to do so because he has been depleted.
Now, Apostle, tukimalizia na hii swali ya mwisho, what is the next for the opposition? Now that, the better outcomes, or rather the by-elections, didn't go as planned by the opposition side. Especially in
whether there is element of rigging or no rigging, the opposition has gone down 20%.
How?
And the government has risen up 20%. The confidence that was with Wamunyoro, the confidence that was with Natembea, the confidence with the Akina Matiang'i and the team, the opposition, the united opposition, has been depleted. Now, the person Kalonzo was really trusting to have him as a man who would deliver the Kikuyus, he is not able to deliver. The person that Akina Matiang'i were fearing that this man is really commanding the Kikuyu community, he was not able. He was aliwachwa uchi.
Once Wamunyoro comes on board, he promises to deliver 6 million votes.
Yes.
There are 6 million votes behind him.
Yeah. Then you are given a constituency to deliver 30,000. You are not able to deliver 30,000, you delivered 15. And the other side also took 15. How can I trust you anymore? How can I bank on you? I'll bank on you on your 15 and also no go for the other person for the other 15. The king is naked. The king is naked.
Wamunyoro alisema atakimbiza the president kama baiskeli ya kuibiwa.
Sasa angalia, ako na kiti ya mbele. He might have won all the MCAs, but there is one factor ile ambayo tulikuwa tunaangalia sana. And then it is na huko Meru. Yeah. The Mbere people, you are not able to command. And this is all what they have always wanted. To have Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West separated from each other. Once you separate,
and it's working.
And it has worked. And it has worked. Why has it worked? There was no organizational capacity. There was no strategic plan. For them, it's about one term. Yes, one term. And then you see the government brought into them, perhaps I think this is the work of the NSIS, that they build Wamudende using Wamunyoro. And when you find everybody talking about something, everybody's talking about it, it sinks to the heads of the people. And maybe 20% of the people who voted for Wamudende, they voted for him because he had become a subject, and a subject of discussion. In the social media, Wamudende.
He actually even confessed that he was now the most talked person.
He was the most talked out person. So many people voted for him because they made him a hero. You see, so some places Wamunyoro didn't have a strategic plan to understand or to do politics. He could be a mobilizer, but he doesn't know to do politics. He doesn't know how to do politics because they could have diminished the name Wamudende and they built the name Karisi. Instead, they branded Wamudende instead of branding Karisi. So Karisi was left branding himself, and even Karisi was branding Wamudende. Everywhere they went, was speaking Wamudende. Remember, they did know also Moses Kuria had planted his own party that took 2,000 votes. And these 2,000 votes could have gone to Kadis.
Now, I'm getting you, Apostle.
Yes.
Now, just on that point, what's now their end game? Or rather, what should the opposition do? Is this their end?
It could be their end or their beginning, because now they can go back to the boardroom and they have now a team. Wamunyoro now has swallowed his pride. He will be able to sit down with other leaders and plan as leaders. He was calling people to go and see him in his home in Nyeri. You travel all the way from here to Nyeri to go and see. They were asking him now, come let's build an office from Nairobi. He could not because he wanted to brand himself from Mwamonyoro. And then he could listen to that. Listen, go and look for the people who are very vocal during his starting. Akina, this MP from, this lady MP from Laikipia. This very vocal lady MP.
The Ketu
Aruguru.
Yeah.
And many other people who were in the Wamonyoro side. Do you see them now being very vocal?